Good morning, y'all. It is day 164 and I'm here in the shelter. We tented here last night, a couple hundred yards away. It started raining during the night and it's been raining basically on and off through the night and this morning, and then about an hour ago it started really raining hard. So we just came in here to the shelter to see if it would quit, but I don't think we're going to have any luck. So probably going to go ahead and start hiking here, but it'll be hard to walk in the rain and video, so I thought I'd do it here. Still hot and humid last night. It was pretty sticky just trying to sleep. Cooled off a little bit when the rain started, but it was still hot. But it's cooled off this morning, that's for sure. Have one big mountain to get over today. That's Moxie Bald. It's 2 miles to the summit from here, about 1,900 feet. And then we come down and relatively flat, just kind of some roller coaster up and downs. But only doing 13 miles today, not the 18 and a half that we did yesterday. And it won't be as hot and humid, I guess, with this storm. It's supposed to rain, I think, all day. Did have an interesting thing this morning. About 5:30, I heard what I thought was Rocket Man walking down to get water or go to the privy. Didn't think anything of it. And then about 30 minutes later, I heard this running back up the hill, and I looked out my tent, and it was a young moose. So apparently it was a moose that had walked out of the woods down to get water or graze or wherever they were going. And then it came running back up and stopped right as I was opening my tent and kind of looked back at me. And 5 seconds later, it bolted into the woods. So that was kind of neat. I didn't get a picture of it, but I did see a moose. And it wasn't a calf, but it wasn't full grown either. I guess it was a year or two, just an adolescent. But that was kind of cool. And that's it. We're gonna make it to the next shelter or lean-to, 13 miles away. I don't know what kind of views we're gonna get today with all this rain, but if it lets up, then we'll get some video. So anyway, that's the story, and we'll have to figure out what we're gonna do during the day while it's raining. So let's get going.
Maine is notorious for its black flies. They are wicked little creatures. They are small, humpbacked, and barely 1/8 of an inch. 40 different species live in Maine, but only a handful of them bite humans. Only the females bite the humans. Males actually feed on nectar. They are strong flyers with a range up to 10 miles, and their season is usually mid-May to late June, and their bite is vicious with a pair of serrated jaws that work like scissors to pierce and cut the skin. To add insult to injury, while she chews on your flesh, she bathes it in her saliva, which contains an anticoagulant to keep your blood flowing, and even as an anesthetic so that you don't feel a thing, at least for the time being, while she completes her meal to nourish her developing eggs. Then about an hour later, the bite site will swell and itch intensely for 24 hours, but can flare up again even weeks later. How do they find us? Well, our breath, our temperature, and our wardrobe, and some people have chemical scents that actually attract the flies. And the only way you defend against them is to cover up with head nets and light-colored pants or long sleeves and avoid the woods on cloudy days. And of course, repellents help in some ways, but beware the black fly.
Hey, y'all. Well, day 164 is coming to an end. It was probably the rainiest day I've had on trail the entire time. I've had rainy days, but nothing like today. It started raining last night. It was raining this morning, and it really didn't let up until like 3 o'clock this afternoon. It's still even raining a little bit now. And but we got here to the shelter relatively early, about 4:15. The shelter was already full because everybody else wants a shelter when it's raining. And yeah, a little frustrating. It's a family of 6 taking up half the shelter and their dog. So doesn't make me happy after I've hiked 13 miles in the rain. But we found tent spots and we'll make do. Had one big mountain today that was Moxie Bald. Unfortunately, it was raining sideways up there, so there's no footage really of that. The only real footage I got was this morning when it was just kind of lightly raining. Then it just started coming down. Then it lightened up again. I think I got some other footage in there somewhere, but not very much today, just because it was just raining too hard, and I had to actually put it away. The streams flooded. Usually people say you can maybe rock hop across. Other people say if there's the water's high, then yeah, you have to kind of wade across. But with the rain today, it was more than that. We had to take our packs off and really carry them. It was way above our knees, or at least for mine, it was coming up to mid-thigh. So those 2 major streams that were flooded from all this rain. But we got across, no accidents, didn't fall, but again, had to store everything in waterproof bags in a backpack, so including my phone. So that was, there was a lot of that going on for about an hour, just crossing streams and mud holes and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, but the hottest night on the whole trail was last night in Maine, and now the the wettest day was here in Maine the following day. It's just crazy weather in Maine. And that was about it. I think I told you about the crazy moose this morning that came through our camp. Oh, and I didn't mention, but Rocket Man did show up. Showed up about 45 minutes after I videoed this last night. And I was already in my tent and about to go to sleep, but I heard him come in and had his light on, and I got out and helped him. He was pretty dehydrated, and went and got filtered a bunch of water for him, and while he set up his tent. But he's much better, and we're doing okay. So yeah, hot day and now a wet day. What are you gonna do? And tomorrow's a short day. It's 9 miles into Monson. We're excited about that. Got a cabin there, and he and I are splitting, and We're going to get a 0 the following day and try to get this 100-mile wilderness logistics set up for the final week push to Katahdin. So that's it. Again, hopefully it'll be pretty tomorrow and get some more better views, better video and photos. Just didn't have the chance today. So thanks everybody for hanging in there and watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.